the Gibson ones go for about, give or take, between £2,000 and £3,000 now, which is probably about the equivalent in US dollars as well. These guitars go for about, anywhere between $1,000 and £1,000 and below. Normally in the UK, these retail for about between £600 and £700. So depending on what kind of deal you can find. So they are not cheap guitars by any means. And this is a significant sort of level up as far as I'm concerned, because I've had the Slash Les Paul Special 2, which I've been very, very happy with. What I was missing was the neck on this. So this video will be exclusively just talking about the guitar and all the specs and stuff. I will do separate sound demos, and I'm sure there will be plenty of them, because already I can tell I absolutely love this thing. It's not fanboy or anything else. It's not a perfect guitar. I know that it is a cheaper one than the pure Gibson, but it is, for the money, really, really nice. So the first thing to note for me would be the custom sort of C shape profile of the neck, and you can't really see too well there. So what I've done is I have got myself one of these, and you can see absolutely spot on what the kind of profile you're talking about is. So that's the shape at the 1st fret, and that's the shape at the 12th fret. So it kind of widens out as you go up the neck. It's quite, it feels quite nice and deep without being overly chunky and overly straining your hand. I've got quite big hands, and to me, for this, feels very, very comfortable. But I imagine even for players with small hands, it's going to be comfy to use as well. I think this is just generally a nice, comfy profile without being super, super fat. The other things are, I suppose, the finishing, because I mean you can look up the specs online if you're more wanting all the details on this. But the nice Epiphone Deluxe tuners, which I have to say so far seem to be really very good. I had low expectations of those, but the guitar came in tune to me. So it's had a couple of hours journey, and it sounded, it was bang on in tune. I had a look at it, and yeah, it was absolutely spot on. So I couldn't have been happier with that. In terms of the finish itself, the finish it's okay. I would say it's decent-ish, but you can see some of the bleeding here on the binding, which I have seen on much more expensive Gibsons as well. So it's not something that I can really say, oh well no, they've got to fix that. I suppose that's all part of the hand finishing. And on the maple veneer, you may not be able to see it too well here. Maybe you can slightly, but there's sort of slightly, I think, beneath the surface where they've kind of laminated it, if you like, the veneer. You can see where there's a difference here in terms of the actual finish itself. It's slight, and I'm being super, super picky because I feel like I need to be super picky for the sake of a review, but it's not something that bothers me. And again, it just shows that it's actually a handmade piece of, I don't know, I would almost call this art really. It's really, yeah, it is really beautiful. I have to say, I'm very, very happy with it. But yeah, you can see the little, where the binding is. Maybe it's not perfectly done. I mean, I don't know how many thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds or dollars you would have to pay to get it absolutely perfect, because pretty much every Epiphone and nearly every Gibson I've seen has got very sort of similar issues on it. The switches seem to be nice and firm. That feels really good. There's no looseness there. That's really, really nice. The knobs, again, similarly feel really good. There's no looseness there. That feels really nice. And just to mention some of the case candy that it comes with. It comes with strap locks, which come part of the deal. And some of this, I would hardly call this case candy really. This is just almost marketing crud, which you might want to have a look at, but it looks like stickers and bits and bobs. There's a key to the case, that's all right. And then the only other thing to really mention is I'll show you the case. because it's a really nice solid case. And what I thought were a couple of marks on it when I first got it, in fact it's not. It's got this kind of leather look to it where you can just about, you can see on the video, you can see some of this marking, but that's part of the case. Very nice indeed. It looks really nice and it feels really heavy duty and good quality. And I would say that with the guitar and the case, it does feel pretty heavy, which is a good sign, I suppose. The guitar itself does weigh 3.8 kilograms or 8.7 pounds. To me, that's a good weight for a Les Paul. Not too heavy, not too light. So I was, again, pretty happy with that, because that's not by any means backbreaking. So there you go. Those are the specs. Those are some of my views on it. I do think it's a really nice guitar. It does to my ear as well. I've had a few goes on it very quickly. So far, it sounds really nice to my ear. I'm very, very happy with it. And I'm going to do some sound demos. And see you in those. Cheers. Bye.